y'all, it's Rosie here, Rosie's Garage. Hey, today it's 104 degrees today, or at least it's projected to be. It's about 95 degrees and it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I was going for a ride and honestly, it's just gonna be too darn hot, and it's 104 degrees is nuts. It's not enjoyable, it's just kind of proving a point. Anyway, today's video, I figured I'd just do a conglomeration of different things that I've done to the bike and the cost. And we'll have a little breakdown at the end, so please watch to the end. It's not a very long video. I'm gonna have a little spreadsheet with what everything cost, where I got it, and I think that would be helpful for some of y'all, and I appreciate y'all watching. Have a great day, keep the rubber side down. Peace. So one of the first mods we're gonna talk about that's relatively inexpensive, but does make a big difference, is gonna be these lights right here. And if you haven't seen these before, they're Custom Dynamics turn signal inserts. They're super simple. Basically, you pry off the cover, unplug a light bulb, plug in the new one. The cool thing about these is they give you some extra light from the front, so you can see that. At night, it actually makes quite a bit of difference. Also, if you are using your turn signals, let me just turn on a turn signal real quick. They do go from white on one side to amber on the side that you're turning on. Very cool. They cost somewhere, I think, right around $100, $110, and they're great. I've used them through 2 bikes, and they're fantastic. My next mod was basically it's this Freedom Shield screen. I believe this is a 12-inch screen. It's fantastic. I think my cost was somewhere just above $120, $130, somewhere right around there. Huge difference. Gives me just enough air in my face and on my body to keep me cool. Fits great. No more turbulence, no teeth chattering, no vibration. It's the perfect spring, summer screen. I think in the winter, I'd probably go with something a little bit taller for a little bit more wind protection. Other than that, it's fantastic. Moving on from there, we can look at a couple of mods. One is obviously the Arlen Ness risers with the stainless steel, or with the stainless bar. I did a whole big video on the install on this. If you want to see that, it's right here. And they're fantastic. I love the riding position. I'm actually hoping to get something from Kraus or another provider that can give me something that can move these guys back about an inch or two. I do want it a little closer to my body. I'm built like a T-Rex, so I have short arms. So it does strain my back just a bit. It relieves it a lot more than stock, but they're fantastic. I believe the cost was somewhere in the $700 range, and probably the best mod I've done on the bike, to be honest. It made it so much more comfortable and much more positive control. While we're up here, talk about the Arlen Ness grips that I put on here. Now here's the downside to these guys. I love the way they look. I like the way they feel, but if you take a look, they're already starting to get a little bit kind of bleh looking. I'm gonna try some cleaner on them to get the polish back, but these are only about 1.5 months old, and they're kind of looking like a penny does in your pocket. Moving on from there, we have the San Diego Custom / Saddleman seat. This is the bagger seat with the backrest, which honestly, I don't like the backrest. I don't like the way it works, which is really sad for me because I think I spent an extra $200 to get that backrest part on there, and that was about $725, I believe. And I got it actually off of Amazon, and love the seat. The rear portion of the seat, I'm just going to say straight up, if you're planning on having a passenger, this is not the right seat for you unless you're going to swap seats. My girlfriend, who's really small, doesn't fit real well in there. She complained after 15 minutes of being on there that it was the worst thing she'd ever sat on. Anyway, moving on from there. We also have the Chromeworks slip-ons here. Now, I love these slip-ons, and they sound amazing. I'm sure you can hear it in the intro video. I'm sure you've heard exhaust before, so I'm not going to play that again. They look great. They look like factory with a little bit bigger sound. Now, I think these are somewhere around $600. I'm going to guess, brand new. I got these, one of the best bargains I got. I got them on eBay, believe it or not. The couple of little scratches like this. Okay, I can live with that because I got them for $175. So there are bargains out there. I knew what I wanted. I knew which slip-ons I wanted. I'd heard the Chromeworks ones before, and I said, that's what I want. So that's what I did. Moving on from there, we have our passenger floorboards. These are great. I think I paid $69 or $79 for these guys, and I found them in different places for the same, it looks like the same ones, ranging from $79 to $110, but they look like the exact same thing. Nice thing is, they match up perfectly. There's probably a short-term solution. I'm hoping that I can run into a spot where I want to get the shorter shifter so I can move my feet back a little bit and get something with a little bit more positive grip than factory, but that's coming soon. But for right now, when I have my passenger on there, it's really great. They match up, and when I don't have her on, they pretty much just disappear into the bike, and I like that a lot. Moving on from there, we're gonna talk about the Tour Pack. I did a video on this guy. It was a best 269 you can spend, and that's this video right here. And I'll tell you what, it is the best 269 you can spend on this bike. It is absolutely fantastic. It slips, I just pop it on, pop it off. I just change it daily. If I'm going to work or if I'm going to be going somewhere for a ride, I just leave it on there. I think it looks really good with that Chopped Tour Pack. Super easy to use, just like a regular Tour Pack. You just pop it up, close it up. I also want to mention to some of the people who had given me comments on not using a plate, I did make myself a little metal plate and change to stainless screws. As someone had pointed out, brass screws may not be the strongest thing to hold 30 pounds of weight moving around. So thank you for the comments and the advice on that. I do appreciate it. And the next mod I did was the CarPlay mod, which, you know, I'm not using as much as I wanted to use it initially. I'm planning on doing the remote one, so that way I don't have to put my phone and plug it in, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to plug it in, stuff it in there. Not a huge fan of that. Let's see, anything else? Nothing I think of, but that's pretty much where it is. That's how much and we're going to total all this up at the end, and I'm going to show you guys what it cost to do all of this stuff. It really wasn't much, but I'll tell you what, the bike went from being having great potential to being fantastic. Oh, I did forget one more thing. I don't know how well you can see them. I did do a video on these as well. I can't even see them. So I did the Fox shocks, or the IFP shocks, and you can kind of see them right there. I'll be honest, I would love to do the Öhlins shocks. I would, you know, I've been thinking about different, you know, Wilbers, Legends, all these other ones that are out there. But these work pretty darn well. I went up and down Palomar last weekend with my buddy, and he had the remote reservoir Foxes, and I had these, and neither of us had a complaint. So I don't know if anyone can tell me the difference between the Foxes and the Öhlins for actual performance, not spec sheet. Please let me know. Really don't have much more. There's a couple other things, and most of the stuff has been picked up on Amazon. Something like that right there. I think I paid 60 bucks or 50 bucks for that rack. In case I just want to have a rack on the back, just to carry some whatever. But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. This is Rosie here at Rosie's Garage. If you like what you've been seeing and you like what you see, please give me a like. Keep the rubber side down. Peace.